I'm Pat Regan. I'm the president of Crossroads Solar. We're a solar panel manufacturing company in South Bend. It makes the irregular solar panel for residential or commercial. And our workforce, the thing that makes us unique is that we hire only men and women reintegrating from prison back into society. So solar, to my way of thinking anyway, is probably one of the easiest and quickest ways to wean ourselves from carbon consumption. And if we don't wean ourselves from carbon consumption, that we're going to find a catastrophic planet. Maybe not in my lifetime, but certainly in the lifetime of people younger than me. And I don't think we have a choice to get off of carbon consumption, carbon dioxide. And we don't quite have the technology beyond solar and some wind to do that in an efficient way. So this is a critical step in the process that must be taken. So some would call us a niche market, but we're a smaller solar panel manufacturer that really services the region. The region might be a 5-hour drive, or a 5-hour radius drive from here. So to the solar install community locally, regionally, and there are a lot of solar installations going on here, we capture some of that market, not all of that market. We target expanding Crossroads in a franchise model, also having a social workforce mission. We hire only men and women who are reintegrating from prison. So we have people who have served between 35 years and probably 2 or 3 years in prison. Most of them have a hard time finding good employment when you get out. You always think you go to the car wash or the dishwashing place, and there'll be a lot of felons in there. We provide them a much better wage, much better place to work where people like coming. We don't ask questions about their crime. It doesn't matter to us. The fact that they are trying to get back in society on the good road, that matters a lot to us. But what they did to get in this position is kind of moot. And to be truthful, I probably don't know what half of my employees did to get in prison in the first place. What I care about is they know that we care about them and that we'll pay them as well as we can pay them, and we'll offer them benefits. We offered to help pay college tuition costs, and about 6 of them said yes to it, and a couple seem to be following through with it. So I think they're men and women who are trying to make the changes that are necessary, that they might not get the opportunity from the average employer. If you look out 10, 15, 20 years in the future and we don't do something today, it doesn't look good. And to my mind, all you got to do is drive around and look at the beauty of the landscape and think we're going to ruin this whole thing. If you looked at a picture of planet Mars that used to have an atmosphere and used to have water and we don't know about life, and you think that's what we could become, it's a dreadful thought that we have this beautiful place that we are really the stewards of, and we seem to be blowing it. And we're blowing it really for private interest. I used to frame it as an academic as a tension between indifference and ignorance. Some people just don't know, and that tends to be older people. If you would have asked my grandmother about climate change, she wouldn't have known a thing about it, but you ask my children and they'll know something about it. And the other side is indifference. They know, but they just don't care. And that seems to drive a lot of what we see today. That we drive a bigger vehicle, we stay in bigger homes, we consume without concern for what the planet our grandchildren will live in. So the hopeful note in this is that human ingenuity and human commitment to social change makes it possible if we're willing to pay the short-term costs for the long-term benefit. I drive 2 electric cars, or my spouse drives one and I drive one. We have solar panels on our house. I have a business that survives because people are putting solar panels up on their houses. Utility companies are starting to change over. Businesses are starting to go carbon neutral in that. So, you know, there's a reasonable chance that we can do it, but it takes all of us, not one of us. It takes all of the countries, not one of the countries. And it's going to take a commitment, both money and behavior and things like that, to get us there.